I'm sorry I have to do a video like this. And it's really unfair to me and to everybody on my channel that I have to do a video like this. I don't know that I'm going to keep this up on the channel. I'll probably remove it or make it private at some point because it's just not the tone that I like to have to set for the work that I do. I have dealt with several situations, as some of you may know, throughout the time that I've had this channel. I've been on YouTube almost 2 years. I've been an astrologer and a tarot reader for over 20 years of my life. Most of my work has been done in person, client to client, and working at different metaphysical bookstores and communities. Doing something like this online and having an ongoing channel is something quite new. I am not okay. I am not okay, guys, and a lot of y'all aren't okay out there either. And so I have a feeling that we're going to have a whole show of hands when we start talking about this. We have a member here who had been in our live stream chats pretty much every time I went live for a while now. And he took it upon himself over this past week. I've had 4 different women come to me, independent of each other. These are all women that I have done readings for, have semi-good relation, with, kind of friendships with, and I trust them, and I trust them. That's the main thing. I trust these women. They're not making stuff up. Every one of them came to me and told me that this member, Marker's Silent Dreamer, who has been in many of our live streams, who's been constantly on my channel, has been in touch with them, sending them romantic, semi-romantic messages, hitting on them when they didn't ask for it or initiate it. He has taken it upon himself to dig up their personal information and then contact them through either their Instagram or whatever social media handles they have. And they've all told me they feel uncomfortable about it, unsafe about it. They don't feel like they want to come into the chat because of it, because they feel very awkward. And so this happened a lot. And I'm telling you, where there's smoke, there's fire. When I was first starting this channel, almost 2 years ago, I had Christina Black Rose, who sadly no longer has her channel on YouTube, come to me and tell me that she had had trouble with him, that he had made comments about me to her of a romantic nature. And she said, I'm not telling you what to do, Ariel, but just watch out. And so I had given him the benefit of the doubt. I had let him be part of this channel. He's somebody that had donated money, had contributed to the channel over time. And it's hard to kick someone out like that or call someone out like that when they've been doing that. And yes, where there's smoke, there's fire. If I had 4 women in 1 week come to me and say that he has been doing this to them, I can't even imagine how many more he has done it to. There is that clause, guys, and it's there for a reason. When you come into anybody's YouTube live stream, it says guard your privacy. Guard your privacy. Don't give out your IG. Don't give out your email or personal contact information to people on here. I don't care if you think they're cool. I don't care if you think they're all right, especially if it's a guy. A lot of guys that come into tarot channels, I hate to tell you, they're just looking to treat it as a singles bar. They're trying to hit on chicks. They're not here to grow. They're not here to do what I'm here to do with you, which is to help your personal development and make your life's journey better. Some guys are okay, some are not. If you are in any doubt, talk to me, because if I know them, I'll be able to vouch for them. If I don't really know them or have a little bit of a funny feeling about them, I'll be able to tell you as well. But this guy absolutely stepped over the line. And so he had actually booked a reading with me and paid me for it in advance. So in order to, take care of that, do the reading, and also to confront him with this information that I have, I went ahead and I set that up just about an hour ago. Got him on the phone, and I don't have a poker face. I really don't. Like, when I'm upset, people know I'm upset. They know that there's something going on. And he was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I said, "No, I'm really not." And I said, "I'm having to deal with some things." And I said, "One of them, it has to do with you." And he does this, "Well, what have I done? What have I done?" I said, you know what you've done. You know what you've been doing. You already know. And I said, I have got 4 women just this week coming to me telling me that you are stepping over their boundaries, sending them these rambling, weird, what he calls poems that are all of a semi-romantic, nature, hitting on them literally. I've seen the screenshots. This is not something that people are making up. It's not something that people are making up. I've seen the receipts. So I told him, I said, this is a problem. And you've made it a problem for me now that I have to get involved and take care of this, because I've got people that are getting turned off from being in my lives because of what you are doing. And I said, and you know what you're doing. It's like, oh, I guess I just need to find some better friends. He completely denied it. He called all of them liars. He called all these women liars, including myself. I guess he's going to put me in that box as well. Absolute narcissistic, sociopathic behavior. My astrology teacher was a licensed psychologist, therapist, psychiatrist. I've learned a lot about this stuff, and I was in a relationship with a narcissist for years. I know exactly what it looks like, sounds like, walks like, talks like. It's not even a thing. No apologies. None. No, I'm sorry that I made them feel that way. No, I'm sorry that you've had to deal with this, Ariel. I'm not sorry about you feeling upset or crying or any of the stuff. Not at all. It's not his fault. None of it, right? It's all everybody else's fault. Better friends. Yeah, he said he needed to go find some better friends. And then he said he was going to ask me for a refund for the reading. I said, I don't do refunds for readings. I said, I called you up to do the session. I wanted to talk to you about this situation. And I'm here to, I'm here to provide the service. If you cancel the reading, that's on you. He probably needs it quite a bit. Because this is somebody that really can't be self-aware at all. No self-awareness. None at all. And we've had some people here, in the channel off and on through the last couple of years that, some have sometimes stepped over boundaries, or have sometimes said things that were kind of incendiary or a little bit abrasive. And the ones that have stuck around are the ones that have enough self-awareness to come in here and apologize. I've seen a lot of people come in here and they'll apologize and they'll tell everybody in the chat, I'm sorry I stepped over the line with you, I didn't mean to, etc. And so all of this stuff, it really shows you the difference between someone who's trying to learn and get better and somebody who's so rigid that they can't see that they are contributing anything negative to the whole. And it really hurts. It really hurts because, I don't want to think badly of people. It's so funny. Just last night I did that reading for Selena Quintanilla. And, she's somebody who gave a lot of people the benefit of the doubt. And she got killed. She got killed by a woman that she gave the benefit of the doubt over and over again. And this is the kind of stuff that can happen in the real world. Thankfully, I don't think anything that dramatic will happen here. But I'm just saying, there's, and then he said to me, I'll pray that God gives you your just due. He said that to me, like he's going to pray that God's going to smite me or give me my karmic load. And I said, you know what? God is going to give me my just due, because I'm standing up for people who feel victimized and unsafe. And I said, I have a feeling that when I go in this chat, it may feel like a Me Too movement going on in here, because everybody's going to put their hands up and say, yeah, me too. So yeah, I just can't abide it. I can't abide it. I've had people sexually harass me that have come to me from this channel. They've sent me emails that were very, just absolutely crude and lewd. I'm not saying that Markers went that far. He certainly didn't go to the crude and lewd, level that I'm aware of. But the other thing I think is very funny, that this man says that he's been married for 34 years and his wife watches everything he does. I think that's very strange. Unless it's an open relationship, it's very strange. I told him he does not act like a married man. And I think most women would have a real problem with somebody who is sitting around all the time. All the time. Oh, he told you he was divorced. Yeah, so here we go. He's telling me he's married 34 years and he's telling someone else they're divorced, that he's divorced. The guy's a liar. He's an absolute liar. And I've seen his activities on other people's tarot channels. Yeah. And so apparently it's all right with his wife or not wife. It's all right with them if he's constantly going on people's tarot channels to try to, yeah, this is tarot, not Tinder. If you want to look for a date, this isn't the place to do it. Yeah, well, you know, I can be real nice for a real long time to people, and all they see is my Aquarius rising and my Venus in my first house, but they don't understand that I have got 4 planets in Capricorn, and if you screw with me, or if you screw with the people that I care about, you will get a whole other side of me very quickly. I should do a jackass roast. Yeah. So Tree Hugger, did he contact you as well? Because I mean, this is going like all over the place. But I think it's important for everybody to know, you know, that if he's popping up in your IG or emails or anything like that, please just ignore it, block it. The guy's got problems and he refuses to work on them. If you're almost 60 years old and you still are acting like this and you're so incapable of self-reflection or awareness, if somebody is telling you that you're causing a problem for them and for other people and they just don't even care or they won't even look at it. His name is Mark. Marker's Silent Dreamer was his screen name on here. Yeah, unsolicited love poems are almost more embarrassing than unsolicited photos. Yeah, I mean, it's any sort of unsolicited or uninitiated or unwanted materials. But he's on a lot of channels. You know, and I didn't even look that deep. Yeah, Marker's Silent Dreamer. I don't know why he's here. I think what it is, it's not about, it's with people like this, I'll tell you what it is. It's not even about sex or love. It would be simple if it was that. It's not about sex or love. It's about validation. For a narcissistic personality, validation is everything. And if he can get even one woman coming at him saying, oh, I love this poem, or oh, I love, it's this attention and validation thing, because the narcissist never feels that they're good enough. They don't have enough energy to just be cool within themselves, so they got to go out and get, you know, they got to find a source to feed on all the time. Oh, really? Hey there, Corianne. Yeah, no, I've seen him in Healing Teas chat too. Yeah. I feel sick. I feel sick right now from my interaction with him. You know. Almost 60 years old, and he's hitting on, you know, like 20-year-old women, 30-year-old women. Are you serious, Corianne? So he did, oh boy. Yeah, see, I knew that this would be a Me Too movement as soon as I started talking about this guy, because he's a predator. He's a predator. Yeah. He's a predator. And he ain't gonna be predating on my people. I told him straight up, I said, my channel is not your personal singles bar. I said that word for word. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good to know, Justin. Well, we're all on to him. I'm on to him. We're all on to him. Yeah, and I think that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, no, he doesn't care. He's a narcissist. He turns on the charm and and you know, he's real friendly, right? He's real friendly when he's in there, and he just gushes with compliments and poetry and all that. But as soon as you give him any challenge, it's immediate pushback. It's immediate cold negativity. You're a liar. Just that's a narcissist. Pure and simple. It's textbook. It's just textbook psychology right there, of which I know a lot from my own personal experience and also through my own studies. Yeah, no. So I'm sure he's sitting there listening to this. I don't doubt it. He's a stalker. And I haven't blocked him on my channel yet. I'm going to take care of that after I do this. I almost want him to see this stuff. And if he wants to try to defend himself, he's welcome to do so. I'm not going to talk about somebody totally behind their back. He's not blocked from my chat just yet. So markers, if you're watching and you want to try to defend yourself here and you want to say your piece, come right on in ahead. Come right on in. We'll listen. Yeah, they're very nice and charming. Yeah, I hear you, Justin. Well, that's good. Yeah. Yeah. He's a very toxic personality. Very toxic. Um, yeah, I would love to try to have him defend himself because we've got the screenshots. We've got all the evidence. We got the receipts. There's nothing that he can really say to defend it. It's very clear. He's like, oh, I just need I need a new group of friends. A new group of friends? Friends aren't people that you send ridiculous love poems to. And the sad thing is, it's like, yes, as I would say, yet again, to everyone, be protective of your information. Be protective of who you choose to interact with. Vet them out. Vet them out. Yeah. Because you can't trust everyone on the internet. It's just, I know it sounds cheesy or trite, or we should all kind of know that by common sense, but I'm as guilty of it as anyone. It's like we meet people on a chat and we think, oh, they're cool and we'll be friends with them. But the sad thing is, and it's no shade on anybody that comes to a tarot channel, but because it's the same for me. When I started watching tarot channels on YouTube, it was like I was going through a lot of stuff. I was vulnerable. I was emotionally raw and sensitive. And I just was looking for encouragement, right? And I think there's a lot of people like that to come to tarot channels because of that. And the last thing you need is a wolf hanging around the sheep. That's what he feels like. It feels like a wolf amongst the sheep. Right, there's Corianne. I was just divorced, hurting, going through a thing, and here comes this guy, right, who's saying all this nice stuff and giving you all this attention, and he hits you at a vulnerable moment, and it's bad. It's bad stuff, right? And so, to me, that's extremely predatory. It's just, and all it is a narcissist looking for their supply. That's all it is. There's some really great psychologists that I watch and follow on YouTube because I did a lot of healing after my narcissistic relationship that I was in. And so, there's a lot of ways that you can tell. Love bombing and breadcrumbing. There's all kinds of things that narcissists do. And that's what I see this markers guy doing is he's a love bomber. Right? He comes on strong with all the flourishy, flowery talk and all that stuff and the fake prose and the stuff. He's a terrible writer. I don't even understand half of the stuff he writes. It's not real poetry. It's just like rambling things that you hear in a airport bar from a drunk at 3 a.m. It's not real stuff. It's not real poems. It's not real writing. It's like if you were, I'm a writer. I'm a songwriter. I'm a published freaking songwriter. And I tell you, people that are real writers, they don't put their stuff all out there. Real artists don't share their stuff that freely because it's precious to them, right? It's not. I was just having a conversation with a dear friend of mine for many years about that last night, about how she's a writer. She's a published writer, and she's working on more books and novellas, and she said, oh no, she's like, real artists, we don't just put it out there. Oh, thanks, Ian. But it's true. Oh, yeah. Right, Corianne, that didn't personally happen to me, but he was telling another reader that I, know. He was telling her that he thought, oh, Ariel's my twin flame. It's like, yeah. After any and everyone, the women who are affected are doing nothing wrong. Yeah, he is. He's a predator. Right. Yeah, it's love bombing. And then as soon as you give them any pushback or you question what they're doing or you say anything that doesn't, fluff their ego, they turn into just coldness, knives. It's very typical. Yeah, he does have videos up. He lives in some kind of cat box in the middle of the desert or something. I don't know what his deal is. He says he has a job. He says he works, but I don't know how he has any time to work considering he's literally online all the time hitting on chicks and tarot channels. That's like his job, is hitting on chicks and tarot channels. It's like, what is that? What is that? It's just like, I feel like Prince, act your age, not your shoe size. At almost 60 years old, if you haven't learned that this is bad behavior and you're not happy with your personal life, obviously if you were having a wonderful relationship with your wife, if you even do have one, you wouldn't be sitting around on a tarot channel looking, sending a tons of messages to every woman you can. Oh, I do, Heart of Gold, and I think it's really hilarious that Mark said to me that he was going to pray to God that I get my just due. As if he's praying like that I'll get some sort of punishment. Do you know who I have on my side? That's right. My dad. You gonna come for him, you're gonna get a bite. And you ain't gonna like it. You wanna come for my spirit team? You wanna come for my ancestors? My angels? You guys have no friggin' idea how protected I am. I'd love to see him try to spiritually attack me. Bring it on. Bring it on, dude, because you won't get through the wall. I've been doing this stuff since I was a teenager, and I've seen a little bit of it all. But this does make me sick, and it does trigger me a little bit, because I was in a narcissistic relationship years ago. It did a lot of damage to me. I've had to do a lot of healing from it. And he stepped to the wrong dragon. What's the thing about you mess with the dragon? You're going to get the horns and the fire and the tail and the snout and the claws. You are not going to... No, well, it's... I know exactly this kind of guy. I've known them before in person. Real up life, ugly and personal. I've known these kind of people. They always act like they're this magic man or some spiritual guru or wizard or they think that they're, and that's a big way that they get people. Anybody that's having this conversation, go watch that thing about the spiritual pickup artist. Jacqueline can share the link to that. The spiritual pickup artist. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say he personally hit on me in that way. I think he kind of knows better. But but no, I had 4 women independent of each other come to me this week and all tell me that he'd been doing this with them. And that's only the 4 I know about. That's only the 4. And now 5. Corianne is another one. So, yeah. Yeah, no, you wouldn't, David. Marker's Silent Dreamer, that's his screen name. And he's a narcissist, very classic. I mean, it's textbook. It's unbelievable how, like, once you know what to look for, it's very easy to look for. I'll tell you the difference. Okay, David, here's what I'll tell you right now. You and I have had a little bit of issue in the chat, right? Because, David, I know you've gone through a tough time. You've had a tough life. And a lot of times you'll talk about things that could be potentially triggering for people. And I've talked to you about it. And when I talked to you about it, guess what you did, David? You came into the chat. You apologized profusely to everyone that you might have offended. You said how sorry you were, that you were going to work on, being better in the chat and all that kind of stuff. That's self-awareness. That's growth. When you're able to see how that might have been difficult for others and you have empathy and you go, oh gosh, I'm sorry, and when you do that, people forgive you. And they're open and they're like, ah, don't worry about it. It's all okay. But this guy, when you confront him with something that's a real problem, because I told him, I got him on the phone and I said, this is something that is a problem and you've made it my problem now because I've got women coming to me telling me you're doing this and you know you're doing it. And his response was not, oh gosh, I'm sorry, or oh, I guess I stepped over the line, or, I'll apologize. Nothing like that. He was just, oh, well, I guess I need to see new friends. Well, they're liars and this, no self-awareness whatsoever. None. Not any spirit of apology. Completely, not my problem. It's all your problem, chicks. Yeah. Won't own his stuff. Will not own his side of it, right? And his side of it is that he has initiated contact with who knows how many female members of my channel and other people's channels to what? Get some sort of weird validation? Yeah. So that's what it is. That's what it is. It's about self-awareness. And so I'm sorry, but if I have an issue with somebody, I talk to them about it, we talk it out, they tell me their side, they tell me what's up, and they're apologetic, and they're trying to get better, that's a totally different bag. It's a totally different bag. If I do something, if I say something to somebody and it inadvertently hurts them or messes with them, I need to listen when somebody says this messed with me. It's, because otherwise I can't grow. I can't get better. None of us can. We have to listen to each other. Yeah, it is. It's sad and it's sickening. I literally feel just, ugh. I feel sick. I started burning sage and sweetgrass immediately. Right. Well, another thing, Corian, is he does donate to channels. He sends money to, he has, I'm sure he won't now, but, he has sent money to plenty of channels. And so I think that's part of it, as people see, they go, oh gosh, he's kind of a problem, but the bread and butter is there. And the other thing, of course, is that I think a lot of people don't know. They literally don't know. They don't know what he's doing, right? Because he hides it real good. He doesn't do this stuff in the live stream. He acts like this nice, friendly guy in the live stream chat. And, yeah, he does it behind the scenes. So a lot of folks don't even know that he is doing this stuff. Yeah, you reached out, Moonchild reached out, Jules reached out, everyone yeah, a lot of people. A lot of folks have told me this is going on. And to be honest, I had a heads up from him even before I really knew what was up. I mean, all the way back at the very beginnings of my channel, back when Christina Black Rose still had her channel, she told me, Ariel, I just want to tell you, just be watchful of this guy. Just be watchful of this guy. He's made comments about you, and she said, it's just a little weird. And I said, well, I don't, he's not going to get anywhere with me. I'm in a relationship, And even if I wasn't, I wouldn't be interested in that. That's interesting, right? Oh, yeah, he's got a channel. It's not much of one, but he's got one. Yeah, it's, I hate to have to make videos like this, but I feel like every once in a while you just got to talk about it, because I feel like this kind of stuff, it hides in the darkness, and we have to be willing as readers and willing as, people that are a public face in a spiritual community to just say, here's what's up. And I didn't really want to talk about it, but it's like, it's one of those things that I feel like I kind of got pushed to talk about it in a way, because it's like, okay, this can't be ignored anymore. I've got too many people saying this is a problem. It feels energetically funky to me. Yeah. Oh, it's Marker Silent Dreamer. Yeah. That's his screen name. I'm sure he has other screen names. Mark Hodge. Hodge is his real name, as far as I know. But I know that there are other readers that watch me, and I know that as a result, is, as a result, you know, he's on their channels as well. And so I feel like by stepping up and just saying this has been a problem, this person is a problem, if you see him in your channel, please just do yourself a favor and just go ahead and block him. Marker's Silent Dreamer is his name, Cyrene. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he tries to do what he can with his spiritual woo-woo. But, yeah. Right, right. You know, and that's another thing. It's like why do younger people have to call out these older folks that should really, I mean, you should know better. They should know better, but they don't. Yeah. He's sniffing some markers, I'll tell you that. Sharpies huffing the markers. Yeah. Well, he's doing a real good job at burning his bridges. You know, things have been really good for a long time. Oh, look at this. We got another one. Brenda Tarot. He sent you the same stuff. Uh-huh. Yeah, I knew that starting this chat would be a me too. Everybody's going to be putting their hands up in this and saying, he sent me this. He did this. He does this to my members. He does this to me. So markers, if you watching this and you still don't understand that you have created a problem for other people and that you need to do some deep soul searching, then you really are kind of lost to time. You know, that's it. But yeah, maybe you need to go find someone somewhere else to get your narcissistic supply, because you're not going to get it on my watch. Yeah. It is Judge Judy. No, not gonna get away with it on my watch. He might be able to go do it in other people's channels, but yeah. There you go. Right? Exactly. Mood snitch to the executioner. Uh-huh. Yeah. Brenda, same deal. Same deal. It's his MO. And then he was like, he said, oh, I'm just a poet. I'm a poet and that's what I do. I'm like, real poets don't harass and heckle tarot readers online. They actually work to get their stuff published and they do something with their life. Like I said, I haven't blocked him yet. I'm going to do it after this stream. He has every opportunity right now to come on here and say his piece or try to defend himself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. No, I just, you know, if he's sitting around trying to hex or curse anybody, he's going to have a long list because there's a lot of people that know what he's all about. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, you know, here's the thing about all of this is that, you know, it's all coming from a place of lack. That's where all this starts. And narcissism is not a mental illness in the sense that it's a chemical imbalance or something like that. It's not like depression, you know, it's not like that. Narcissism is a personality disorder. That's why it's essentially untreatable. It's very, and the reason it's partly so hard to treat it is because by its very nature, narcissism is not prone to being self-aware, right? And so because of that, you can tell them that they are, and they'll just sit there and go, oh, no, it's everyone else's problem, even if they sort of seem to agree with it. And, narcissists, and there's a reason why we have so many of them in our government and in our public, life. There's a lot of them out there because they know how to put on a great face. Oh, they do. They know how to put on a wonderful public face. People that are in a relationship with a narcissist many times are the only ones that know about the narcissistic abuse. Even their family and close friends may not be aware of it because they're always on their best behavior around everyone else, right? So they can really make you believe that they're such a good person. Oh, and they're so nice. And how could, that's part of the gaslighting, and it's part of the way that they isolate their victims, is they shut out everyone else to the exclusion of whoever they're abusing. And so everyone else just sees their nice face. And so then if the one being abused says, they're doing this to me, they're doing that to me, and then they go, oh, you're crazy, he or she is such a nice person, it couldn't be true. Yeah, they're all, oh yeah, they're super, super friendly. Every time I'd start a live, he was always the first one in here. Bam. Just, it's like, what the heck? This is why we can't have nice things. Well, there's nothing that a narcissist truly, it may be consciously or subconsciously, fears more than an aware spiritual person. If you're an aware spiritual person that knows what a narcissist looks like, feels like, you can shut them out and deprive them of their oxygen. And so that's really what they fear the most, is the enlightened spiritualist. Somebody that, or just an enlightened person in general, whether you consider yourself spiritual or not. It's just to be aware of it and shut it out when you feel it coming. If you meet someone that you think is too good to be true, they might be a narcissist. If you meet somebody that comes on too strong, too quick, with lots of love and lots of love bombing and just makes you think you're the king or queen of the world, they might be a narcissist. If they're squishy, warm, generous, open, they buy you stuff, that's a big thing. They like to try to buy your loyalty. Oh yeah, they'll spend money, they'll give you gifts, but as soon as you give them any challenge, or you say anything they don't like, boom. Mr. Freeze's wall of silence freaking goes up. You're like, that's a narcissist. Straight up. They don't really love anyone. They don't even love themselves. That's the thing. They don't even love themselves. And a lot of it comes from the childhood. The childhood is really key. There's usually something that they either felt was missing or lacking. Mommy or daddy didn't extol them enough, or even if mom and dad were doing everything basically, right, it's still about them feeling like they're not enough. So they create a false self. This particular guy's false self happens to be a spiritual man. Yeah, he's so spiritual, and he's so sensitive, and he's a poet, and he's a writer, and if anybody gives him a hard time, it's just because they're not sensitive and spiritual enough. He's so much better than you. That's it. They definitely tend to want to sabotage other people's happiness. I've often said of narcissists that they like to keep you acting at a minimum. They don't want you too happy and they don't want you too sad. That's the thing about narcissists. If you're too happy and confident and strong, they know that you could leave their ass. They also don't want you to be too depressed or needy or clingy because they don't want to deal with that. That doesn't give them enough supply. So they really want you living at this middle place. They want you in this sweet spot. They're real good at manipulating you into that spot. Because they don't want you to be so needy that they have to do any actual care for you. And they also don't want you to be too confident or happy that you might leave them for somebody better and nicer. Yeah. Unbelievable stuff, y'all out there. I mean, it's, it's not the first time I've seen it. I'm sure it won't be the last. How many people want to kick some ass? No, and it's like I ain't got time for this stuff. I've got jobs. I've got all these businesses I have that I keep going. Yes, exactly, Gwen. Narcissists can be male, female, anything. They can, they can be friends, they can be relatives. Oh, children of narcissistic parents. Dear God, they have a lot to go through. It's hard. It's so hard. They can be anyone. Yeah. They can be anyone. And, I was just kind of trying to ignore him and just sort of let him, whatever. But when it becomes, a problem for my other members and you've got folks coming into the chat or coming into the channel and this guy is basically just seeing them as, ooh, more supply. He's just basically there to try to hit on anybody that he sees as single, vulnerable, emotional, available, whatever. He's just trying. And so, and it's a community of mostly women and younger women going through emotional things, right? It's, it makes me sick. It makes me sick because it's so predatory. And it's not predatory in the classic sense. Like he's not hiding behind, bushes, mugging people and stuff. It's a lot more subtle. It's a lot more insipid. A lot more hideable. And that's why it can take time to, You're not dumb, Jason. You're not dumb. Let me tell you something about that, too. Because when I was in a relationship with a narcissist, I felt stupid a lot. And I had to remember that narcissists are some of the best con people in the world. They are the best con people. They can make you believe they are so sincere, so kind. They'll try different tactics a lot of the time, too. I'm actually surprised that Mark went completely hostile with me immediately. That was a surprise. I thought that he might at least try to act apologetic or concerned a little bit, but he didn't. He went hostile immediately. But they will try different tactics. If one doesn't work, the next one will. If blowing up and getting mad at you doesn't work to get what they want, then they'll try being nice. If being nice doesn't work, they'll try being clingy. They'll try different tactics to get what they want. They're manipulative. We're not dumb. We're not dumb. Narcissistic people, sociopathic people are extremely good at manipulation. They're the con men of the world. Why do you think the government in our world is run by a lot of narcissists? They're great cons. They can make you believe anything. They can make you buy that swampland in Florida. Absolutely. They know how to sell you something. But then they never deliver. They never deliver on the promise. Right? Narcissism and sociopathy are linked. Not all narcissists are sociopathic, but all sociopathic people are narcissists. That's something you learn studying psychology. Yeah, there's levels. There's actually degrees. There's degrees of narcissism. Some healthy, we all have a little bit of it in us, right? Because we all have that self-preserving energy. I'll say, yeah, I gotta have a little bit of ego coming on here. You gotta have a little bit to perform, to have a little bit of, hey, look at me. Everybody will have a little varying degrees of that, but when you actually have higher than normal narcissistic behavior, that's when it becomes a problem. That's when it becomes an actual disorder. It comes from the old, the god Narcissus that stared at his reflection and he just, perished away because he couldn't stop looking at himself. That's where that name even comes from. These are people that essentially at the end of the day don't feel that they're good enough within themselves. They don't have empathy. I think that's really the biggest thing. If you're with somebody and you start really getting the sense that they're really lacking in compassion or empathy, they don't feel bad about hurting other people, right? I mean, that's why, you know, an extremely sociopathic person, like a serial killer, could kill somebody and feel nothing and feel like no remorse, no empathy, no care for what the family or victims went through. None. You know, it's and on a lower level, narcissism is the same thing. They don't care if they made their partner, their friend, their kid cry or feel like shit. They don't care. You know, it really, they literally don't care. If anything, they just see it as an annoyance that this person's upset at them in the first place. So it's a real shame that we have to deal with that, but I think that people are becoming more aware of it. I do. I think they're becoming more aware of this kind of thing happening more and more. It does exist a lot in the spiritual community. It definitely does, because narcissists are often looking for people that they can get a big energetic payoff from. And where more can you get an energetic payoff than from somebody who's highly spiritual or intuitive or cultivating a lot of good energy for themselves? They see that, and that's why we would also call these folks energy vampires, because they're coming along to suck your life force and your lifeblood. For me, a lot of the time, the buck stops here. Yeah. And you know what? If I can stop this stuff a little bit, if I can really shine a light on it and just, you know, I always say that I'm a Capricorn, and Capricorns are like the kid in The Emperor's New Clothes. Everyone else is clapping for the Emperor walking naked down the street. Oh, he looks so great. And the Capricorn is that little kid going, he's not wearing anything. What are you all looking at? You know. So if I'm the one that's gonna say it, do it. If I gotta be the scapegoat and take the whatever heat comes from it, fine. Friggin' fine. If I lose subscribers over it, which I kind of doubt I will other than him, that's fine with me too. Yeah. He made a mistake with me. I think that he thought I was all rainbows and sunshine and kitty sparkles. I tell that to a lot of people. I can be real nice. I can be nice. I can be friendly to lots of people. I'm Aquarius rising, Venus in my first house. I can be so nice. But I got 4 planets in Capricorn, baby. You hurt me, you hurt the people I care about, you're gonna hit a brick friggin' wall. And this is not my first rodeo. I've been working in this metaphysical community in many different veins and outlets for a long time. I've seen these guys, I've seen these fake prophets and false artists and poets and woo-woo gurus, spiritual pickup men and con artists. I've seen so many of them. This guy is small beans, actually, compared to a lot of these folks that I've seen. They're out there. So definitely arm yourself. That's in the Bible. Funny enough, that's in the Bible. Be as innocent as doves and wise as serpents, because I send you out amongst the wolves. No. This isn't a bar, it's a tarot channel. That's what I told him, David. I literally, word for word, I said, my channel is not your personal singles bar. Oh yeah, Jason Cancer folks are very protective of their loved ones. They put that shell up big. This is tarot, not Tinder. That's my favorite one that Jacqueline always says. It's like, if you're looking for a date, what are you doing here? That's not what this is for. It's not what this is for. You know, I mean, if somehow by proxy, somebody meets and falls in love because of my channel, then cool, go for it. But you know, yeah, Corianne, my friend Sam calls that pile of fish. Pile of fish. He also says, he was like, He's like, I get on old pile of fish. He said, but if I get any more overweight, it's going to start being called pot of whales. He's always down on his weight. I'm like, don't worry about it, baby. Pile of fish. Yeah, you gotta put on your armor out there. Yeah, exactly, Gwen. I just, I don't know. I don't know why we have to deal with these folks, but, you know, yeah. Yeah. David, you got that Irish, you know, scrappy street boxer there going on there, and you. And David, I also wanted to point out that we've had a couple of anonymous donations to you to get you a reading with me from some of our members have donated to me to get you to pay for a reading for you. So we'll set something up sometime soon. I believe it, David. I believe it. Aww. Well, you can give me a tip or something then, David. You can give me a tip or something, but people got your back. People are helping you out. Okay. All right. I don't think they want it back, David, but it's up to you. It's up to you. But that's the difference. That's the difference. I'm just saying, see, right? Like I said earlier, you know, we've had our ups and downs, David. I know you've had, you know, your ups and downs in here, but you've always been so apologetic and self-aware when you either mess up or step on someone's toes a little. Like, that's the whole difference. This is why we know you're not a narcissist. I mean, it's just, you know, it's when people don't apologize. If I had told Markers how I was feeling and what was going on, if he had been immediately apologetic, would have been a different story, right? But he wasn't. He immediately went hostile cold, said everyone was a liar, even though I said these are people I trust and know. Yeah. Yeah, I do, Cyrene. I do. The numbers have definitely gone up lately. It's just unbelievable, like, though, that, you know, and I always say that, you know, when you put out the energy and you put out that stuff, you know, you're gonna get people, you know, and they're gonna come. And what I really hope, and what I really hope that maybe we could, at least, I hope that talking about this will help, oh, thank you, Brenda, as a fellow coming from a fellow card reader that I like, thank you, I appreciate that very much. I just hope that we can avoid this happening. It'll certainly be not happening here. But hopefully other channels as well will be very aware of what he's up to and what he's doing, because I really want to just shut it down as much as possible. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure he did, Brenda. He was doing that to me when I first started my channel a couple years ago. Exactly, Corianne. I don't want to see other women getting hurt. Been dealing with him off and on for almost a year. There you go. Yeah, the screenshots are liars. That's a good one. That's a freaking good one. We are so ready to move beyond the paradigm of not believing people. We're ready to move beyond that paradigm. And a lot of, I hate to say it, it's a lot of men that are still stuck in this old paradigm of this, like, oh, women are all liars. There's no way they could not want all this. And it's like, they don't want all this. They probably have all this already. And even if they don't want your all this. That's what I feel like, it's like I'm in a relationship, but even if I wasn't, I was single, I still wouldn't want this guy hitting on me. It shouldn't be like, well, she's single, she's fair game. Oh yeah, it's BS. We'll call BS on that. It's not fair game. But yeah, that's really the whole point of this is to call it out, get it out in the light, don't let it hide in the dark, and they're photoshopped. Moonchild. Yeah. People really, they're photoshopping those those screenshots. Yeah, maybe he was married, maybe he's not, Corianne. I really, truly have no idea what the truth is because this person seems like such a pathological liar. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm not going to sit here and talk about somebody without them being able to defend themselves. And like I said, I haven't yet banned him from my chats. I will do that after this stream is over. He's more than welcome to come and defend himself right now in front of all of us. Right. That's exactly true, Moonchild. Married to himself, the only relationship a narcissist has. It's true. My ex-husband had a dad who was very narcissistic, and the guy it was just really sort of pathetic to see because you could tell that he was not happy. You could tell that he wanted these closer relationships, but just had no clue how to actually achieve it. Because you have to make yourself vulnerable. You have to be willing to admit when you're wrong. You have to be willing to admit when, maybe something you did or said might not have seemed like a problem to you, but if someone else is telling you that it's a problem, then you owe it to them and to yourself to look at it, because not only is it a opportunity to heal and bridge something with that person, but it's also an opportunity to just reflect on yourself and your own stuff. I've always heard, that the best relationships are between two good forgivers and apologizers. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I wish I'd videotaped the call that I had with him at this point. I really should have. I should have. I didn't know it would go like that. I didn't know how quick it would be over. Right? Yeah, I should have recorded it. I really thought he'd probably still want his reading. I'm not refunding him. I mean, he can try to get a refund on it, I guess, but it's really not a big deal either way. Right? Yeah. You give someone consent, they don't want it anymore. They just want to push themselves on you. I can't with that kind of thing. It's so disgusting. It's just gross. And it's petty. Yeah, no, I won't refund him. Right. Yeah, that was something that he said in his in one of his messages to one of my people, was that he didn't even believe in astrology that much, and I was like, then why are you hanging out on a tarot and astrology channel? Why are you paying me money to look at your chart if you don't think there's anything to it? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And honestly, if he was just able to get real and apologize and actually come to grips with the stuff, I'd probably I'd consider letting him back in, right? It's one of those things, but he really would have to be sincere and truly apologize and not be like, You know, I'm a forgiving person, but you know, you gotta actually apologize. Right? I mean, right. That's how I feel. Why should I refund someone if he hung up the phone on me and canceled the session? Um, that's not what I do. So, thanks, future. I appreciate that. I'm working on my full moon readings right now. Um, right. Exactly, Corianne. It boils down to, did you learn the lesson? You know? And some people just aren't there yet. And, you know, they have to move to the next level or the next layer of life. And hopefully they learn it there. You know, that's the thing. It's hard because, you know, if you watch Krishna Das, which I love Krishna Das. If you don't follow him or know about him, he's an old New Yorker that sings Hindu devotional chant music, kirtan music. And even if you're not Hindu, which, you know, I don't subscribe fully to Hinduism, but even if you're not a Hindu, it's wonderful music to listen to. It's very meditative, it's very grounding. And he does a weekly live stream where he does live kirtan music, and he does a little chat with the people on his channel. Um, and he talks about that, how, you know, when we're chanting, it's like we're wishing for peace and harmony for all beings. You know, we're wishing for happiness for all beings, you know, no matter what their situation is, you know. Krishna Das, it's 2 words. Krishna, Krishna, and then Das, Das, Krishna Das. Definitely look him up on YouTube. He has a good channel, and I think it's Thursday night. I'm pretty sure it's Thursday night, so it'll be tomorrow. I think it's Thursday night every week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That he does a live kirtan music session. It's awesome. It's really good. It's very relaxing, and it's really great because it's almost like a bit of a Dharma talk. I used to go to like Zen group meditations and stuff. It's very similar to the kind of Dharma talks that I used to attend. And it really brings you kind of back to center. And it reminds us, you know, that, you know, we really are. That really is the aim. We're really trying to bring peace to all beings, even the ones that we don't like very much, even the ones that give us difficulty. And so if they want to put negativity out towards us, we're not going to put negativity out towards them. We're just going to put out love, peace, abundance, you know, because there's nothing to attack. That's why there's nothing to attack. Thank you, Tortuga. Tortuga always reminds me of my little sweet bunny Arthur. Okay, that was actually a little bit funny. Trolls can actually be a little hilarious, but we're not keeping you in here. Someone let their wayward 3-year-old get into the chat. Come collect your child, they got on the internet. Oh, sometimes they get me. Sometimes those trolls. He was funny. Hey, Cody. Good to see you. Yeah, Tortuga. Tortuga is my little, is my one of the nicknames I have for my bunny. My bunny Arthur. He's a tortoiseshell color Dutch rabbit. So one of my nicknames for him is Tortuga because of the tortoise shell. Yeah, and Tortuga is tortoise. Oh, he's such a good bunny. I was snuggling him up earlier tonight. He's such a wonderful, wonderful bunny. He is such a wonderful guy. There's a good little soul in there. He's such a pure little spirit. Oh, guys. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. Oh, that's cool, Cody. Well, if you stick around here, you'll probably pick up quite a few things, because I try to be very informational with my tarot readings, and there's a lot of folks in our channel that also know and do tarot as well. So you'll enjoy it if you're looking to learn more about that. I'm an astrologer too, so I often, mix the astrology, symbology, and stuff like that in with the cards. Oh, Corianne, don't burn your meatloaf, girl. Oh my goodness. I haven't made a meatloaf in a minute. I used to make one with turkey. It was so good. Delicious. Really good with roasted potatoes and asparagus. See? Moonchild, thank you for saying that. That's right. We're always happy to see people advance and grow and just be their best self. That's what the world needs more of, is people being their best self. Oh yeah, ketchup on meatloaf is a must. And potatoes. Oh. That's one of my favorite things, is either roasted potatoes or French fries with ketchup. Oh my gosh. It's so simple, but it's so dang delicious. That's what I had last night. I baked some salmon with roasted potatoes and asparagus. It was so good. Yeah, Gwen, you're going to enjoy the Krishna Das music and his channel. You'll really enjoy his live streams. It's very grounding. He's a Gemini. His birth name was Jeff. So when I see Krishna Das come on, I'm like, it's Gemini Jeff! Yeah, he's an American. He's a New Yorker that went to India and became a devotee of Hanuman, and really never thought he'd come back to America. But when his guru died, he, on his deathbed, he basically said, what should I do? What do you want me to do for you? And his guru said, I want you to sing for me. I want you to sing for me. And so that's what he started doing. He started singing. He started doing, kirtan chanting. And it's so healing. It really is. It's one of the most healing sounds. Like, he'll be on tomorrow night, I think, at 7 p.m. Tortuga. There goes my poetry career. Y'all. David, are you a poet and you just don't know it? Oh. Yeah. Well, I think what it is I think he just went way too far. I think Markers, that's it. He went way too far to where it couldn't be ignored anymore. Yeah, it went too far. He did it to too many people, and eventually that kind of stuff comes back around. Right? Exactly, Gwen. Exactly. Yeah. It's really funny how, and that's, I think, another thing, with people that are constantly either initiating or opening up or trying to open up relationships with other people, is that a lot of what I see as well is it's an avoidance of looking at yourself. And we hear it, we see it all the time in popular society. It's always this sort of like, you got to find your other half and you got to find your person, and this is the thing that's going to make your whole life better. It's not. It's not. There's nobody that can make your life better or worse unless you let them, let them do it. They can affect you. But ultimately, it's up to you. It's up to each one of us to fill our own cup, to make ourselves happy, to give us that peace inside. You're welcome, Corianne. I hope so. I hope I save people from heartache with this. And I wish that we had the kind of society that instead of telling people again and again that you've got to go find that one person that's going to make you happy, you've got to be the one person that makes you happy. They've got to be the one person that makes themselves happy. And when you're both working on yourselves and you're working on creating your own happiness as an individual, that's when a relationship can truly have a blossoming and a chance to work and grow. And it still doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. There's no perfect. There's no normal. Normal is just a setting on a washing machine. But if we're owning our stuff and we're working on our stuff, yeah. Right. Yeah, because otherwise all it is looking for validation, external validation. Some people look for it through external relationships. Some people look at it by, buying a lot of things and acquiring a lot of money or status. Different people look for that validation in different ways, but it's all external. It's the hungry ghost. The hungry ghost is always hungry if you keep feeding it. That's really what all spiritual systems and religions are trying to do anyway. At the heart of the matter, they're all trying to help us deal with the fact that life is impermanent and it's always changing, and we feel really uncomfortable about that. And so it's really trying to help us be at peace with the changing nature of life and the fact that we really can't hold on to anything or anyone necessarily. We only get to do it for a little while, This world is not my home, I'm just a passing through. My treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. These angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. The world is not our home. We're just a passing through. Right. Oh, I'm glad Daisy's doing good, Tortuga. I miss her. I thought of her the other night. I said, I wonder how she's been. Yeah. I'm there with you, David, on that one. I am there with you on that. The world is tough. The world is not easy. That's an oldie. That's an oldie from my church days, my Southern church days. But that's to me, that's the truth, right? The world isn't our home. We're just passing through. Can't feel at home in this world anymore. Thank goodness it's a temporary stop. Thank goodness. Hey, Daisy. I'm glad she's around. No, just no creeping. Yeah, I don't understand that. I've known too many people that just like these guys. These guys. There's some women like that out there too, but in general there's more men, and it's just like Just, they really take advantage of people if they get a chance. I know, Gwen, our time here is so short, isn't it? It doesn't always feel that way, for sure, but it's really quick. It's really quick. Time on Earth is very quick. Right, exactly, Moonchild. Yeah, never giving people the idea that you're, it's like if you think you're a real poet and you really want to share poetry with people, why aren't you sending it to publishing houses? Why aren't you talking to other writers, you know? Why are you sending stuff again and again and again to all these people that don't even want it, aren't even asking for it? It's very strange. Again, I think it's just, it's the validation urge. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's true, Hair Raisin. Not enough time and not enough ice cream. Hey, Silver Star. I hope you're feeling better, babe. I know you were sick for a minute there. I hope you're doing good. So, if anybody, wonders why this guy isn't in the chats anymore, because he has been really dominating the chats a lot, lately especially. Yeah, we'll just remind them why. There was a falling out on Peter's channel with David Lovecraft, and it would be great if it would, like, reconcile or something would get better, but it's sad because, it's sad. They're, I like them both, and it's like I don't, yeah. So, I'm not here to fan the flames or stoke the fires or anything. Yeah. Hair Raisin. The only person who can send me shitty poetry is my boyfriend, and that's, what's that? And that's only because it's adorable, not pathetic. Also, what's the word? Consensual. Yeah. Silver Star, I had a very bad time with Marker Silent Dreamer. I had about 4 women come to me over the course of 1 week, independent of each other, telling me that he had been sending them semi-romantic or romantic type messages and initiating, contact when they did not ask for or want it, and it was making them all feel really uncomfortable and unsafe. He had purchased and booked a reading with me in advance, like a month or 2 ago, and I just hadn't gotten around to doing it. And so I decided to just go ahead and take care of it. I said, I'll go ahead and do the reading, and then, we'll also talk about this issue. And so I told him, I said, we've got a problem. And I said, and it's something you've been doing. I think you've been doing it. And I told him what had happened. I said, there's been about 4 women this week that have come to me about this, and they're not comfortable about it, and I'm not comfortable about it, and it's becoming a real problem, and you need to know what's up. And he completely denied it. He said it was a lie, even though we have screenshots of all of the messages. I have my own emails that show stuff that he has sent to me that I really don't want, never asked for. And so, he just got totally, hostile. It's very narcissistic. Instead of, apologizing, or instead of, saying, yeah, that is something I do, he was like, oh, I just need to get new friends. Everybody's in there is a liar. And then he told me he was going to pray that God sends me my just due. Like he's going to try to punish me somehow spiritually. Yeah, so that's what's going on. And I'm just, I decided to get on here because I was very upset. I was really upset, on a lot of levels about it. Right. There you go, Silver Star. There you go. Here comes yet another one. There you go. He's sending this stuff to, like, literally, like, every woman, just about. I had a feeling. I really had a feeling. Yeah, there's gonna be more. I guarantee there's people that he's done this to on other people's channels that we don't even know about yet. And he's just a real predator. You know, he's an energetic predator. He's trying to draw women into these relationships. Then he tells me that he's married. He's told other people he's divorced. I have no idea what the real truth is. He's obviously, you know, he lies so much he doesn't even know he's doing it. There's people like that. And, yeah. So it's, you know, I just hope that people will become aware of it and it'll basically shut him down. Okay, well, he told me he was married for 34 years. Now Silver Star says they're separated. So, you know, he's married, he's divorced, he's separated, who knows what he is. But it doesn't really matter. It's just about calling it out. I've had to do this before. It's been a long time since I've had to do a video at all where I had to talk about this. The last time I had to do it was with a guy who claimed to be from Pakistan who was sending me like pornographic, sleazy emails because of my channel. Yeah. So, yeah. And the last time when that happened, I called him out too. And guess what? It quit. I stopped getting the messages. So, you know, it's like like I said, you know, and I don't know if I'll leave this video up. We'll see. Because it's not really what I want my channel to be about. You know. But at the same time, I think that there's a certain amount of responsibility you take when you see something going wrong or going on. And you know, it's that whole, if you see something, you got to say something. And if you see it happening again and again, you definitely got to say something. There's a lady I follow online, and she made a mention about something like that the other day, where she was talking about how a lot of people often feel like they're stupid for getting either taken advantage of or being lied to, and you know, they feel like they've done something wrong, but you haven't done something wrong. All you've been trying to do is be a trustworthy person. And I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt in spite of, you know, those funky feelings that I was having. And then, you know, I got the first, you know, message about him doing this. And I was like, oh, you know, I don't know. I think that's just his issue. Like, he sends these writings to people. But then it's like I got another message and another message. And I was like, okay, this is more than just a little fluke. This is happening everywhere. And it's not your fault. It's not my fault for wanting to, you know, include someone, be trusting, you know, be open-hearted and all that good stuff. But once somebody shows you who they really are, believe them the first time. I'm pretty sure it was the Aries, Maya Angelou, that said that. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Yeah, that's true, tree hugger. I agree. Yeah. Yeah. So that's my story for tonight, y'all. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Delete, block. Daisy, absolutely. That guy, that guy's just out to stir up trouble or start weird fake internet relationships or whatever it is he's doing, or at the very least get some sort of attention or affirmation from people. It's frustrating because we can't, there's nothing legal that you can actually do to make somebody stop doing what they're doing. All you can really do is just call it out in your community on a small level. It's delusional thinking. There's a lot of delusional thinking there with markers. I see that now very strongly. So yeah, David, guys, let's not make this about this. Just remove that, please. Well, you're welcome to everybody that was here tonight. Thank you for coming in, adding your voice, and letting me know what went on. And for people that experienced anything harmful or painful because of this guy, I know it's not my fault, but I'm really sorry that happened. Whether it happened through my channel or happened through somebody else's, because there are other tarot channels that this guy frequents. I'm just really sorry that it happened to you guys, and happened to me too. It just really made me upset. It really made me cry tonight after I got off the phone. It was really sad to see it. And oh, thanks Tortuga and Daisy. Y'all are awesome. Thanks so much. Yeah. Oh, I know it's his actions, but I'm tonight when I sat down and talked to him, I knew either one of way or the other. It was like I was gonna know what was the story. Like he was either going to apologize and try to make it right, or he was gonna get real defensive, and he took the second. Yeah, so it's like the narcissistic colors came shining through in a big way. So everybody, please watch out for this guy. Don't pay attention to him. Don't listen to him. He's got a lot of growing to do. He's got a lot of growing to do, and I hope he does it. I hope that maybe this is a little bit of a wake-up call. Oh, thank you, Daisy. I hope we see you soon. I will be planning to do my regular live streams on Friday and Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time each. I do my best, Gwen. There's a lot of readers out there that avoid... Oh, good, Tree Hugger. That was an interesting video, that read for Selena. I love her, and she's somebody I think about, every so often. And this past week, I had watched that new series about her. I was like, oh man, I want to do her chart. She's such a special being, such a special soul and person. Yeah, I'm glad to, Daisy. I don't think that it's going to be a problem in the future on my channel, but I worry that, he's going to go do it on other people's places and platforms. And, yeah, it's one of those things. A lot of readers and a lot of people won't step up and just say what's going on, because, and I get it, they don't want to fan flames. They don't want to cause hostilities. They don't want to lose subs, all that sort of thing. And so they just sort of let it go. But I'm an Aquarius rising. I can't just let it go. If I feel like people are being treated wrong or something, I'm like, oh, revolution. I can't, I can't see something like that going on and keep my mouth shut. I just can't. It's not what I'm made of. So good to know, guys. As always, we go forward. Having a channel is definitely an adventure. It's definitely some kind of adventure. I don't know. I mean, it's been June 28th is my 2-year YouTube anniversary, so we'll see. We'll see. I tell it like it is, and we're all trying to just get along through this crazy world and make it through this thing called life. We're just trying to do our best. But if somebody's going to be toxic and unself-aware and isn't trying to get better, they need to go do their work. And maybe at one point they can come back, right? Once they're fixed. If they ever get fixed. If they ever get to where they can actually say, you know what? I'm sorry that I did that. I'm sorry that it messed with your peace or gave you a problem. Yeah. Go do the work. For some people, being on channels like this isn't where to be. Maybe they need to be somewhere else. Maybe they need, more typical therapy, talk therapy, counseling, whatever. Yeah, that's true, Hair Raisin. For some reason, a lot of it is guys at that age around 50, 60. It's like, dude, come on. Come on. Yeah. I don't see it as much with women as I do with the men around that generation. And yes, we have been Moonchild. Oh, Gwen, you've not been protected your whole life. Yeah. And a lot of people aren't. And I think that's the trouble, is that people like that, they know, and they they might be spiritual or energetic, or they're sensitive enough to know when somebody's vulnerable, and they know to try to take advantage of it when someone's vulnerable or just really trusting, right? Thank you, Daisy. Thank you so much. And yes, we are all very happy to see Moonchild in the chat. And I hope that you're doing better, Sally. I hope you're feeling much better. I know you've been going through some hard stuff. I don't know exactly what all of it is, but I really, really hope that you are doing well. We miss you. We love you. Every time I read for Aries, I think about you. So I hope soon you can be in our lives again, because we love having you here. We love having Jacqueline here. We love having all of you here, honestly. And when one of our folks is missing, we miss them. Yeah. Thank y'all. You're so kind. And so protect yourself, protect each other. Be careful of who you give your personal info to. If something seems funny, don't respond to it. If you're questioning somebody that's on my channel, you're always free to send a text or an email and say, Ariel, what do you know about this person? If I don't know anything about them, I'll tell you. If I know they're pretty cool, I'll tell you that too. But I think what this guy was doing was, he wasn't getting people's info from them. It's not like, oh, hey, give me your number. No, he was going after, like, he would look up their accounts, like their YouTube accounts, and see if they had their IG handle or social handles on there, and that way he would start messaging them. And they thought everything was cool because it was from my channel, and they thought, oh yeah, this is just this guy from there, and it's all right, until it really kind of wasn't all right, and it's just, that pisses me off, that I feel like my good name or reputation is like being used to further his whatever. That's not cool at all. Baby goat to the rescue. Yes, I miss my baby goat. David, let's not talk about that, please. David and HP, we're not here to talk about that. I love you guys, but let's not bring that in here right now. Yeah. We got enough drama on the plate. Yeah. All right, my darlings. Well, have a good night. I'm going to go get some food. I'm going to go get some more of these full moon readings done. We got a big full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, there he is. Now he's stepping in. Oh, there he is. Did you just see that? Did you see Markers just showed up in the chat? You can go ahead and explain yourself if you like, because after this live stream, you're gonna be You're gonna be blocked from participating in the lives. So if you have something to say for yourself, say it now. We're all waiting. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is vague, and it's not kind to initiate contact with people who aren't asking for it. That's not kindness. Yeah. I think it has everything to do with because markers, they're women, and women, we are trained by society to be nice. They know that you are part of my channel, and so they automatically think you're okay. So they're not immediately going to say, oh, don't do that. You know that, right? I mean, this is, women don't immediately go, ew, don't do that. You know, they're gonna usually smile and say, oh, thanks, you know. Study psychology. The biggest thing that the biggest thing men are afraid of from women is not being accepted and smiled at. The biggest thing that women are often afraid of from men is being killed or hurt. Women are trained by society to always be nice, you know. We've got a lot of people here and on other channels that have all had this encounter, the same kind of situation with you. I've had this situation with you. Even if you think you didn't do anything wrong, you still owe them an apology. You do. You owe a lot of people an apology. You owe an apology to me for having to take time to listen to how you've messed with people's heads and hearts. You know? I've taken a good bit of my time and energy to handle this mess that you've made. So I would appreciate that you apologize to me for that. You know? You're almost 60 years old. You should know better. You should absolutely know better. This is the kind of thing a 14-year-old boy does. When I've got 4 women independently of each other coming to me and telling me that they feel uncomfortable because of the way that you've been interacting them and initiating conversation and contact with them, that is a mess that you've created. Uh-huh, yeah. And you still can't apologize. You still don't know how to apologize. And I understand, I understand that there's a certain amount of personal culpability to this, of course. You know, that's why I've said, be careful about your privacy. They say that every time you come into a live stream, you're going to see that note from YouTube, guard your privacy. So ladies, if you don't want this kind of thing going on, you do have to be careful about giving that out. But at the same time, if somebody is attacked, it's not their fault they were attacked. Maybe they were in the wrong place at the wrong time. They should maybe use a little more common sense, but it's still not okay that they were attacked. And that's what it is people feel a bit attacked, violated, and that you've stepped over some boundaries that you know, we're not okay to step over. I mean, even today, when I tried to book your reading, you responded with this strange poem that has all this stuff about passion and love and looking in each other's eyes and this kind of thing that's not really appropriate to send to someone. And if you're that unaware of that, you need to do some work, baby. You need to do some work, because I would never send something like that. And I'm a writer, I'm a musician. I've been a songwriter and a musician most of my life. I don't send things like that to people I don't really know or don't know well. That seems like an agenda. If you send something that has this sort of semi-romantic or overtly romantic context, especially to a woman, and in the case of some of them, they have told you they're not interested in you. It's very manipulative, and I feel like what you're doing is very narcissistic. It's very much, you know, taking no culpability or accountability for your side of this. This has been happening for years. This is not something that just started, and where there's smoke, there's fire. If I'm getting 4, you know, fire alarms going off in a week, that means there are a heck of a lot of them. And so I came on here tonight. I had 4 women that had contacted me that I've done readings for, and I trust them. These are not people that would lie or make things up. They are not liars, okay? They have no reason to lie anyway. And as soon as I get on here, what did I have? Woman after woman after woman coming in here, raising her hand, saying, he did it to me too. He did it to me too. He did it to me too. So if you want to tell me that they're all liars, I'm sorry, that they're not. They're not. And, you know, other people know what's going on. They've seen it going on, Mark. And they're not going to put up with it. You know, maybe you're married, maybe you're not. Maybe you've got an open relationship. I really don't know. But whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter if these women you're hitting on or sending messages to that are unwanted are single or married or whatever it is. If they are not asking for it, it's not your job to put it out there. And to try to, you know, excuse it by saying, well, I'm just a poet. That's just what I do. If you're a real writer, if you're a real poet, share it with a writing community. Share it with, you know, publishers that help, you know, get you published. Don't be sending it to random people that you're picking up on in tarot channels. This has been happening, and I've seen it happening a lot. And it was over almost 2 years ago when I started my channel that I had a couple of readers warn me about you. They told me, this guy has made comments that he's thinking about you, or he thinks something about you. And if so, well, you can think all day he likes, I'm not available and I'm not interested. And, you know, I wasn't going to block you. I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt, you know, because I don't know if you know, you're just taking their word for it. I'm going to let you, you know, let your character speak for itself. And it has. You know, it's been almost 2 years that this do-si-do has been going on. With you and my channel. But my members are not here for your exploitation. You know, this isn't some meat market where you go, oh, look at this nice little pond of fish that Ariel has accumulated just for me, and you go running around trying to mess with them all. You know, that's not why I started this channel. I just want to bring people together so, you know, some wolf can come in amongst my sheep. Yeah. So, you know, if you need such validation, if you need so much validation and attention and all of that stuff, then you're looking for it, looking for love in all the wrong places. That's that old song. Looking for love in all the wrong places. You know, and if you are married, I feel sorry for your wife, because I don't think I'd be cool with you sending those kind of poems to other women. I know I wouldn't. I would not be okay with that in a million years. Not at all. So, Please do your inner work. Please look within. Stop messaging women on the internet. Stop sending them things on the internet. I guarantee the bulk of them are not interested and don't want it. And they're just too damn nice to say it. They're just too nice to say it. Yeah, so that's it. You know, I think he's left the chat. He's not going to say anymore because, you know, he has no interest in apologizing for anything. He doesn't think he's done anything wrong. So there you go. I mean, that's that. Hopefully this is maybe a wake-up call. Hopefully. You know, you are in your second Saturn return, Mark, by the way. You are in your second Saturn return. And that kind of thing, oh yeah. Oh, I do. I always have it. Trust me, we're going to sage after this, buddy. We can do our bells. You know, I got a piano in the other room. I got a harp. I got guitars. So, you know, here's the thing, markers. You might think that you want me to get my just due or some sort of punishment. I'm not asking for a punishment for you. Not at all. I'm hoping that you find peace. I hope that you find self-contentment. I hope that you find what it is that you truly need within your soul that has nothing to do with the affirmation, attention, or validation of women or men or anyone else. I hope that you find that. And I really hope that you get whatever help that you may need and assist you in doing that and getting on a better path. I really hope so. Yeah. Really hope so, because, you know, you have messed with people and you have hurt them. And, you know, I'm sorry that you can't take accountability for that at this point. But maybe one day you will be able to. I hope. I really hope so. And, you know, so I pray for your well-being. I'm not going to pray for any sort of comeuppance or punishment or anything for you. I hope that you have that, you know, quote unquote, come into Jesus moment and really, yeah, just stop. Just stop. Stop, sit, and reflect. The narcissist says always, it's not my fault for hurting you, it's your fault for being hurt, right? That's what they'll always say. So, you know, and yes, we bless you and we bless all beings. That's what we're here to do. That's ultimately what we're always here to do, through any of these spiritual modalities. Through astrology, through tarot, through spirit work, whatever we're doing, that's what we're here to do, is keep us in a high vibration. We all have the potential to be on a high vibration or a low vibration. Oh, you're welcome, Tortuga. Y'all are awesome. You and my little Daisy Pisces. Love you guys. Yeah. We love you too. All you guys out there, guys and gals. Yep. I thought you would like these cards. Moonchild, look at that, Aries. I love that Aries card. The radical. With the horns and the sports car. I love that one so much. I thought she'd probably appreciate that. It is you, doesn't it? It even kind of looks like you with the sunglasses and everything. We're gonna be okay, Silver Star. We're totally gonna be all right. I've been through stuff like this again. Yeah, the Aries came back tonight. That's the best thing that happened tonight, right? We got our Ram back. These are my crystal tuners, angel frequencies. I love these guys. They're extremely high frequency. Whew. I feel like having your head cleared out. It's like, these are like eating spicy food, but they're sonic, right? Yeah, it is intense. Those are like, to me, like an ultimate clear out. I don't use those very often because they're just like, whew, yeah. Holy Toledo, yeah. So I'm burning some good sweetgrass in here. Yep. I'm ready with my sea salt, my holy water. Spirit of my dad. We got it. We got it. There we go. Got some sage. Yeah, no thanks, Moon. I'm good. I think I'm good. But you can keep it for evidence. You know, I keep everything for evidence. Yeah, I'm good. We're good. We're good, guys. It's all gonna be fine. And eventually he'll be fine. You know, that's the truth. You know, either he'll figure it out on this plane or he'll come back to the next and figure it out next time. That's the way it is. I know, right? I shouldn't laugh. I mean, you know, these kind of things. I don't think it's to that point. I just think it's lack of awareness, delusional self. Yep. 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 Sometimes there's sugar here, but sometimes it's just tea. Sometimes we're just going to tell the truth, and the truth ain't always pretty. But we will take care of our people. That's the truth. We will take care of our people. I know I will. Yeah. The sugar we have is organic. That's right. Organic turbinado sugar. Yeah, thank you for everybody who stepped up and said, yes, this has happened to me. It makes me even more glad that I went ahead and just, you know, made this video or did this stream, because I had a feeling it was going to be that way, but you never know till you actually do it. So I'm really glad that You know, we've kind of given people a platform and a voice, and I'm going to block him after this. So he's not going to show up in any more of my lives. Not unless there's a major change of heart. Not unless there's a major change of heart. You know, and if people are here for the right reason, you'll know it. You'll know it, right? They can't hide it forever. They can't hide it forever. I'm sure there are, Corianne. I'm sure there's many more. Many more. This guy's been working overtime. It's really, really crazy. It is. Right. And that's another thing, you know, is that, you know, when everybody speaks up, it's a powerful voice, you know. It's a powerful voice when everybody comes out and says what's happening. Yeah, Leslie, scroll back and you can watch it from the beginning. We've been sitting here for almost 2 hours chatting about this. I was pretty upset. Yeah, he doesn't care on that level, Corianne, because some people just, you know, they really aren't capable. A narcissistic personality is not capable of empathizing in that way. So, you know, it's sad. It's very sad, but it's all right. Yeah. Yep. Hey, I'm surprised he even came in. I'm surprised he even came in for a moment at the end. I'm shocked. A little bit. Yeah. And I think that's another thing is, you know, one of the people that contacted me about this week was saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry to bring this to you," and they thought they were the only one that it happened to. And I said, "No, you're not the only one, because I've had a lot more people than just you saying this to me." So, yeah. So that's another thing. I think there's that sort of victim blaming that goes on, you know, and people blame themselves for it, and it's like, no, it's not you. It's like it's way more than you. You know, you're not alone, and I think that's a big thing that's really important. It's like you gotta know you're not alone. Um, oh yeah, we were waiting like a spider. Spider, come on over, fly, come on over. Yeah, yep. So let's brush it on off. Let's brush it off and start fresh. It'll all be okay. Moonchild. Yeah. All right, guys. Much love to you. You know I got your back. I know you got mine. And we'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you real soon. Yes, onward and upward. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. You know, I've like I said, I've dealt with stuff like this before. It's not the first time. It won't be the last. Um, it's just dumb. It's dumb. All right, everyone, stay safe, and we'll be seeing you real soon. I'll be back on Friday night, Fire Dragon Friday, as usual. And if anything comes up, you know, I'll pop on here and let you know. All right. Have a great evening, everyone. I'll be talking to you real soon. Take care.